Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 15th of January. It's Friday morning, it's 8 AM, it's -7 degrees, which is a new low. I don't remember it ever getting this cold. As you'll be able to just about see through the ice, we had a lot of snow yesterday. Consequently, it took me 3 hours to do 8 miles. Because all the roads got gridlocked, cars got stuck on the smallest hill, because the snow was just falling all the time on the roads got plugged up with snow and nothing could drive on them. So yeah, yesterday was not a great day at all. And as you can see, it's pretty treacherous now. I'm not entirely convinced how well this journey will go, but we'll see. Because like I say, most roads last night were passable with care. There was still lots of snow and slush on, and it's all frozen overnight, so it's going to be pretty icy, slippy, dangerousy. But we'll just have to do our best. So while we wait for the car to defrost itself, see what Mr. Nellis has to say for his words of wisdom. Here he goes. So Mr. Nellis says, my things to talk about on your vlog, the documentary of Mr. Bean, as it was on Sunday evening, didn't see it. Did you used to watch 100% the Channel Quiz programme? As it sometimes had specials such as Halloween, Harry Potter, James Bond, Elvis Presley, etc. No, I don't remember that at all, Peter. Have you ever played the Cool Borders and Alpine Racer game? I did play Cool Borders actually, that was pretty cool. Does Callum enjoy being educated when it's not at his school? As my little brother called Joey enjoys being educated when he's not at school as well. Well, I don't know, I mean, it's homework, isn't it? It's just like doing homework, learning from school. They send home paperbacks, they kind of want you to log in and do the online thing. But my partner's resilient against doing the online thing because she wants him to write more. I mean, the school says, you know, they've got to improve the writing, and then they get, you know, the school closes for furlough or whatever, and the school says, all right, we'll do everything on the computer then. And it's kind of like, well, then that's not going to help the writing. I know that because my writing's just rubbish now because I do everything on a computer. And that's what happens if you constantly type everything and never write, your writing just devolves, it gets worse. So it's doing packs from school paperwork that they send in and homework and things, so it's getting on with that and whatever else, one way or the other. So I'll put de-icer on the windscreen, and it kind of melted the ice and then the wet froze again. Which is why there's kind of like wiggly lines and things over the windscreen now. Slowly, the car itself should generate enough heat. I don't know if the wipers are going to... Oh! Yeah, enough de-icer cleared the wipers, but you see there's a lot of lines of frozen stuff still. Alright then, alright. I mean, last night it was almost drizzle, bordering on sleet. So everything's wet. So the car, you know, even getting in the car door was a fight because that was frozen solid. Just everything is frozen, proper frozen. So I don't know. I ended up going to a different parcel locker last night. I mean, what really got me yesterday morning is I had to go down into Bradford to a parcel locker because I'd got 60 odd and filled the 2 local lockers, the Windsors and the one up the back of here, on Wednesday night, but I'd left, stupidly, the other ones to do on Thursday morning because the traffic's not as bad then. But then, of course, I was going to do it in all the snow, and then I was in the wrong way for the snow, and I had to take a sort of ludicrous route round, following main roads. And it was just gridlocked. I was at Hippodrome at 8 AM, but didn't get work until 10:15. It's just madness. And that was from a 7:15 start yesterday. So I think we're about getting there now. Well, as much as it's going to do anyway. So the first part of this is going to be particularly tricky, so don't be surprised if I don't say a lot. Because I'm going to be doing a fair amount of concentrating. So yeah, it's been another arduous week, to be honest. We're so backed up with orders now, and of course this has messed it up. One staff member had 2 days off trying to get the boiler fixed still. Then yesterday another one didn't come in because of the snow issues. But at least I had one in yesterday. Today I've told them both not to bother because I knew it was going to be so horrendous like this. And you know, it gets to the point where you're like, well, it's just not safe for people to be trying to struggle about in this. And it might not be as bad there, but I mean, it's just not worth it really. However badly backed up we are. And of course the problem is we're not going to ship a lot of stuff. DPD couldn't collect yesterday, so they're going to try and pick everything up today. Then, like I say, all the lockers that I filled on Wednesday and Thursday morning were still full last night because there was so much chaos yesterday, nothing could get anywhere. So of course no Hermes collections have been then, so they might have to pick up today. So I've still got half a boot of parcels I couldn't even shift. And this is a more major route, and we're still just snow and ice. And this is going to be the problem today for a lot of the carriers, that while the main roads might be getting opened again, all the back roads are going to be like this, and that's going to be a real fight to get round without getting stuck. So I think it'll all back up today as well, and of course that's going to end up being just a complete mess. Buses kindly here cause gridlock, you know, just so we make sure everyone gets stuck. Thanks, bus. Could you actually park each other closer? There was a video clip on social media of sort of Hebble in Halifax, quite a steep hill. The bus started down it yesterday morning when it was snowing. Tried to stop and just slid sideways all the way down this hill until a nice car that was halfway down stopped it. But yeah, now you see we're not so bad. Now we're on a bit of a main road. It's obviously been well gritted and ploughed yesterday, and so we should be fine right up till the last couple of roads to work to get in. But again, it's all dependent very much on the vehicle you're in. And I've got to admit, as good as this Renault is, its one Achilles heel is the traction control, because you can't turn the traction control off. Some models have a button to do it, but this model doesn't, and I've hunted through every electronic menu I could possibly find, and there is just no way to turn the traction control off. And that becomes a massive issue if you stop on a hill with a lot of snow, because as soon as it takes the wheel spinning, the traction control takes over the throttle. So you're basically doing nothing with your right foot. you can put it to the floor and nothing's happening on the rev counter. And it just basically feeds a little power and then brakes, and feeds a little power and brakes, and does that constantly, trying to regain control of what it sees as you know, wheel spin situation. But when you, oh, this is a bit of an issue, this. I didn't clear my quarter panel. I can't see very well. Got there eventually. Oh. So yes, Winter Wonderland. We definitely had more snow yesterday than I can remember in a long, long time. Crikey, probably this is going back to when I was a kid, amounts of snow. We haven't had this much. God, 10, 15, 20 years, I can't remember this much snow. And considering it came down in the space of 6-7 hours, I mean really most of yesterday it snowed in one way or the other. But it was pouring with rain on, oh well that's just impossible really, isn't it? Pouring Wednesday night. I mean, you wouldn't have believed it could happen like this. Although I was a bit bemused on Wednesday, because Wednesday morning it was 0 degrees, 0. And to me, 0, just getting to the freezing point, you should get snow at 0 degrees, I would have thought. But it was raining, just raining all Wednesday. It probably warmed up more in the daytime, but let's say in the morning when I was driving in, it was 0 degrees. And then yesterday morning, it was snowing like heaven. And again, it was 0. So it was kind of like, well, what's made the climatic difference that yesterday it was rain and today it's snow? Quite perplexing, that is, really. So we'll see what the cars are like in Halifax, because when I left, well, I had to abandon mine on my torrid journey yesterday, just at the top of the hill. We'll actually go past it, because it got to the point where I got so far into Halifax and nothing was moving. So I parked on a path and I thought, I'm leaving it there, I'll walk the rest of the way. Because I know a staff member was standing about waiting for me in the freezing cold. So at the moment we're making pretty good progress, although I imagine a lot of people today will have just gone, we're not bothering, because yesterday was so horrendous. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, do you know? Oh, it's a bad thing.
Warning, risk zone, speed limit, 30 miles per hour.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's just been a week of flat out work, to be honest, and not a lot else has happened. So, other than the fact that we're going to have a lovely snowy view to look out on the drive.
Warning, risk zone,
just
speed limit
work-wise,
30 miles per
it's
hour.
been so busy. It really has. Oh, let's try and get this slowed down. So what did I do last weekend? Saturday I didn't do a lot. Was the weather a bit rubbish on Saturday? I can't remember now. Yeah, I think it was a bit snowy on Saturday actually. Yeah, because there was a load of snow on Friday. So Saturday, yeah, I just had a day in at home, didn't go anywhere. Seeing as the weather was a bit rubbish. Sunday, did a bit more at work. Looks like he's recovering his car. Look at that view. It's quite nice to look at, just not nice to go anywhere in, realistically. Oh, we've got up to -4. Of course, anyone who didn't dig the cars out yesterday has got frozen snow on top instead. So that makes it all very fun. So yeah, I was talking about traction control. It's the one thing that lets this poor cadger down. Because if it gets stopped on a hill on snow, I can't go again. Now, you're constantly going, you approach a hill and keep going on it and it's slippy, it's fine, it just sorts itself out and gets up it. But if you get stopped in the middle of a hill, which happened yesterday to me because there was a big queue of us following a Mercedes that was struggling, no doubt for a similar issue, got stopped on this hill and couldn't get it to start again because as soon as I tried to set off, the wheel span, the traction control took over and nothing had happened. I tried it in first, tried it in second, and the thing is I get it going, clutch up in second, but as soon as the traction control picks anything, you can't, give it any gas and spin the wheels to get going a bit, because you put the foot to the floor but nothing happens because the computer's taken over and deciding what it's going to do, and so it just chugs it. You might eventually chug your way up, or you might just break something because it's constantly applying brakes and a little bit of power applying brakes, like this little jerk situation. But realistically, that's it, you've had it. You're stuck on a hill like that, the only option is to turn back round, which is what I did, and find a different route, or hope the next one you approach you can keep going on. It's like last night, went up a terrible couple of back roads to get home, but it was fine because there was no one else about at that time, so I could just plough on, and once I got the momentum going, no problem. Oh, that just past where I dropped the car off. Just back there, I just ditched it on the path, which is pretty wide, and walked in the rest of the way to work. I mean, it's not a huge distance. Now, surprisingly, quite a lot of the cars have been recovered now. There was a lot of cars on the right-hand side. On the side of the road which is that bit of hill there was one of the main ones that blocked up. No one could get up this section of the hill. It got too slippy, and then that gridlocked everything back, and they're all backed up through the down centre on the bridge there, everywhere. And then once you got over here, I had to walk across the lower bridge. Then I walked up past the back of the ambulance station. All on here was gridlocked, and the roundabout was because no one could get up the Pelham Lane Road, which we're going to go up now. It was too slippy. Oh, we're going to miss this one. So yeah, there's cars abandoned all around here. Because they weren't getting up from the town. Then, I say, they were all stuck on this road up to Pelham Lane, and they were stuck on this road. So literally, just anywhere with a slope up was getting no one moving on it. Just because the snow was falling all the time, so constantly. And of course, the other thing is, once people get stuck, you can't get the gritters through or the ploughs through to clear any of it because it's all traffic, not going anywhere. So, and of course, the other side of it is, you know, we're in a full lockdown. You have to wonder why there's so much traffic about. You know, everywhere's supposed to be shut down because of coronavirus. Turn off max defrost now. We're nearly defrosted. That's a refreshing and very chilled drink. Very chilled. So yeah, we've just got the two slippery roads now to brave, but we should manage that. So. Mostly made the way. Like I say, it's just so treacherous off the main roads, that's the thing. And I wouldn't like to be walking anywhere in it today because it's going to be really icy on the snow, so that'll just make life really difficult. So I don't know if it's going to stick this weekend or if it's going to thaw yet. It's a bit hard to say, really. Okay, this road's going to be a bit interesting at points. Done some work overnight because this was all snow at 5 o'clock last night when I'd been to get my car. I had to bring it back to work to put all the parcels in it, of course. So this was all snow, and this one down here was as well. So they've definitely been out ploughing and gritting just to make the roads a bit better. And then this one's going to be. This one catches everyone out. They take it too quick and you end up slapping that curb if you do that. So what I'm going to do is park up on this bit here. So I can go and open up work. Right, so that's it. Well, hopefully you're all having a better week than I am. Have a good weekend, next week, and we'll see what's happening in next week's coffee vlog. See ya.